We hope to inspire dialogue with this conversation. I don't mean to speak for the speakers, but I'm sure they want you all to be engaged. They want you guys to ask questions. They want you guys to really be involved and spark some really interesting ideas, some really interesting possibilities and solutions with regards to this subject. Although I'm working as an administrator now, this, as was mentioned, this is a subject near and dear to my heart. I studied it at MIT in the Department of Urban Studies as part of my doctoral work. And what is really interesting about this issue is, even though we don't call it the digital divide anymore, this is still very much a part of the digital divide discussion. And the digital divide emerged in the late 90s, just before the turn of the century, which sounds like it was so long ago. And it really focused on people having physical access to technology. And what essentially has happened is the price of technology has come down. A lot of the devices that we use have become smarter, and so people's phones and smaller devices are able to do more with less. And so the access to the physical technology has become less of an issue. And what has emerged is the capacity of people's connection to be able to access the internet. And there was a move in the early part of the turn of the century to create what they call municipal wireless. And I had the opportunity to talk with several people who are working on this around the country, and I've written about it. And what was really interesting about the municipal wireless effort was I think it became a fashionable idea before it became a reality. And so a lot of policymakers, particularly mayors of cities, have really taken on this issue, particularly the city of Boston. Mayor Menino took the issue on as one of his big crowning jewels to make the city a wireless city. Well, one of the things that I wrote, an editorial that I wrote at that time, was that I didn't think that wireless was ever going to replace broadband access. It just didn't have the capacity, it just didn't have the speed, and it just didn't have the security. And the wireless access, as we all probably experience, is good for temporary access, but it's really not good for long-term in-home use and in-home access. And so the issue of broadband access, it has emerged because as the internet has advanced, so has the graphical interface, so has the demand. And what that has done is created a need for much more capacity going to the home. And so, in addition to the private sector struggling with the issue, the public sector is also struggling with the issue, because now everybody pretty much has a computer, but not everybody has the capacity that's necessary to really take advantage of what the internet has to offer. And so with our discussion today, it's to hope to look at case studies, but also talk about where we are in this effort to get people connected and the capacity of getting people connected, and how we may better leverage what we have available to help those who may be less fortunate and unable to afford what we call the broadband access. And so with the conversation today, Paul and Stan are going to take a few minutes to talk specifically from their particular areas and share with you some of their current status of the work that they're doing. And then I'll chime in maybe with a few questions or a few comments here and there, but then opening it up for you all to engage in this conversation with the panelists so that we can really get some good ideas and some good solutions out of this conversation. All right, does that sound all right? Okay.